We are all dreaming of some rose garden over on the horizon instead of enjoying the roses blossoming outside of our windows. Dale Carnegie. Out of every speech coach that I've studied in my life, Dale is probably the only person that has compared roses with public speaking. So allow me to be the second. There's so many lessons I learned from roses, from the awe when you look at them in a garden, to the experience they provide to people around you, which is exactly why in this week's episode of MasterTalk, I'm going to be sharing the 3 most important lessons I've learned from roses that I apply to every presentation. So let's get into it. Number 1. Roses teach us the different ways and how we can experience the same presentation. When we think about roses, the way we describe them changes. For some, roses mean admiration. For others, it means love. For some, it means respect. And depending on who's looking at the rose and what the context is behind that interaction, the meaning of the rose changes. I'll give you an example. Let's say you buy 1 rose for your significant other. That generally means appreciation or love. But when you show a 6-year-old girl a garden of 100 roses, it generally means awe. And in the same way that we interpret roses based on the experience and who we're giving it to, presentations, even if every single time you speak it's the same topic, the way that it's interpreted is completely different based on the person who's watching it. Take this YouTube video. Some of you are watching it just to be entertained. Others are watching this to be educated. And some of you just like the suit and say, hey, I just want to watch this guy in a suit shop give a YouTube video. We all have our own reasons for delivering and consuming other people's content. So what's the punchline? The punchline is when you deliver presentations, understand the different reasons as to why someone wants to watch the topic. Is it to learn from you? Is it to be entertained by you? Ask those questions to your audience. You have all the prisms you need to be successful. Number 2, roses teach us the power of consistent experiences. Unless you're allergic to flowers, most women I talk to or little girls tend to love roses. I once gave a presentation a few years ago where I brought a big bouquet of roses to a young group of girls between the age of 6 and 15 for a leadership presentation I was giving them. Let's just say they didn't want to listen to this old guy at an 8 a.m. call on a Sunday morning, but because I brought those roses, I got them interested and intrigued at the presentation. In the same way, if you have a significant other and they're frustrated and they're likely a woman, roses tend to do the trick. And how does this get applied into presentations? It reminds us of the power of consistent experiences. If something works, keep doing it over and over and over again, and it won't be seen as repetition. That's why the best speakers in the world generally give the same presentation hundreds of times with the same jokes, the same pauses, the same vocal variety, and pretty much identical to the next one they'll give and the one after that. So remember, the next time it's Valentine's Day and you're picking out that same exact rose you gave to your significant other the year before, remember this video because it'll allow you to know that, wait a second, what worked last will work this year, so I should probably do the same thing with my public speaking communication skills too. Number 3, roses are worth the experience regardless of the thorns that come with it. Isaac Haynes has an incredible quote on this. He says that if you enjoy the fragrance of a rose, you must bear the thorns it comes with. And everything that we do in life that has meaning is often difficult. It's challenging. Whether it was riding our bike the first time, walking the first time, maybe starting a YouTube channel like this one. Every great skill requires mastery and has thorns along the way. But if we can see past the thorns and rather look at them as part of the experience, this is when happiness ensues and when we're able to master what we want to do. And the same with presentations, there's going to be challenges along the way. You might trip over your words sometimes. You might miss some filler words or get the right intonation, and you'll make mistakes along the way in the same way I just made them right now. But if you keep working on your communication skills, despite the thorns along the way, you'll be an exceptional communicator someday. As Dale Carnegie says, most of us are thinking about the roses over the horizon instead of enjoying the ones that are blossoming outside of our windows. So focus on creating consistent experiences with your presentations. Focus on balancing the way that you go about this skill despite the thorns along the way. And remember that regardless of what happens in your life, roses or presentations will last with you for a lifetime. As always, if you enjoyed this week's episode of MasterTalk, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well to see more videos like this. And if you like roses, be sure to share this with someone so that they too can not just master their communication skills, but maybe master their love life too. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.